No, it is too heavy. Your Majesty, Your Majesty. Wake up, Your Majesty. Summone's coming. The Emperor is saved. How many hours are left? Husband, what happened? It is nothing, just someone lying on the road. The carriage can't get through. That horse is blocking the way to protect its master. It is very spiritual. Why don't we save him? My dear, we're on our way to celebrate your father's birthday. If something happens to this person on the way, it will bring us bad luck. Save him. The fact that he crossed our path means his life is not meant to end today. Finally, he is saved. How are things going? Have you found a suitable place? It will be done, don't worry. Sir, what should we do about the man you saved today? I can tell he is a martial artist. I've drugged him with sleeping powder. He is an unexpected variable. Go find more sleeping powder to put in his daily medicine. Make sure he doesn't wake up and ruin our plans. No wonder he wouldn't wake up no matter how much we called. So he was drugged. They're planning to harm Lady Luo. Aren't they a married couple? How could this be? Regardless, I must warn Lady Luo immediately. Oh no, someone's coming. My dear, we've stayed at this clinic for a long time. We need to leave now. Bai Zhu, bring his medicine along. Let's go. Yes, my lady. Where did this note come from? Bai Zhu, did anyone enter our carriage? I didn't see anyone, my lady. Mother, open it and see. Mother, father treats you so well. There are no concubines in our home either. This must be a lie. Burn it. These are just words meant to sow discord. I certainly know the person who shares my bed. Could it be that I am truly judging a gentleman with a petty mind? It is a good thing it wasn't poison. Once you wake up, we will depart. When will you wake up? Say something. If you don't say anything, I'm going to pinch your cheek. My lady, this is the only inn in the vicinity. Let us rest here for the night. This inn is run by only one old woman, and a man whose wits are not quite right. Master, everything is prepared. We are just waiting for your command. This man actually intends to burn everyone to death. Go Xiaohei, do your best. The louder the commotion, the better. Damn it, old Li. Why haven't you silenced him yet? As expected, Lady Luo has also been drugged. Who has ruined my plans? Oh no, there is a fire. Mother. There is quite a show to watch tonight. If only I had a bag of melon seeds. What are you smiling at? Where is this place? Your Majesty, you're awake. Many things have happened while you were unconscious. And tonight, there is an even better show to watch. Come, let's go see. He must be the one who started the fire. Your Majesty, there is no time to explain. Quick, pretend to be unconscious. Why should I, the Emperor, have to pretend to be unconscious? He is awake. He really is the one who set the fire. They are here with ill intentions. Might as well finish them all off. Stay hidden, fairy. Don't look. Stop. They are just common folk. Who are you people? Stop acting. My lady was kind enough to save you. Yet you are so ungrateful, trying to burn us all to death. A thief crying, stop thief. If I truly wanted to wipe you all out, why would I need fire? Might as well do it with one swing of a sword. Quick and clean. This inn is my life's work. Tonight's events. Anyon present could be responsible. I will certainly report this to the authorities to uncover the truth. My lady Yuner, thank goodness you are both safe. Father. Did you do this? My lady, we have been husband and wife for many years. Don't you know me well enough yet? Without even a shred of proof, you suspect I am the one who did this. You have truly broken my heart, my lady. Then go ahead and report it. Let the officials investigate this thoroughly, and if they find it really was me, I will die to prove my innocence. There is no need to report it. I am the authority. You are the one who plotted to burn down the inn. Prepare to meet your end. What are you doing? Wait, is he actually an official? On what grounds did you judge that? Naturally, I am an official. That dark stain on your sleeve is from when you got it dirty during your outing. Mother, why? Why on earth would you do this? I have managed the family business, served my husband, and raised our children. I have treated you with nothing but kindness. The Luo family has never. The Luo family. The Luo family. I'm sick of it. I am the head of the household, yet I have to obey you in everything. Just because your father is a wealthy merchant with money and power, you hold it over my head at every turn. You wouldn't even allow me to take a concubine. Look around you. What man doesn't have concubines? You wouldn't even leave me an heir. Tonight, I intended to use the inn's accidental fire too. Then I would rush into the fire to rescue you both, and use that as an excuse to clear my name. In the future, I would finally have the chance to become the true master of the house. Haha, so that is what you were really thinking. But when you married me, you knew you could never take a concubine, and now you blame me for it. You were greedy for my family's wealth. When you begged to marry me, why were you so willing then? And another thing, if I hadn't been so busy dealing with your messy affairs back then, how could I have lost our child and become unable to conceive ever again? Our son. It was because of you that he didn't make it. Are you finished asking? I have no desire to ask anymore. I've been controlled by the parasite again. This is the first time that I've been influenced by the parasite while remaining conscious. No, perhaps it is not the first time. Your Majesty, what is wrong? I just lost control again. It is the parasite again. We cannot delay any longer. Otherwise, the tyrant will meet the same fate as in the book. Let's go. We must find the golden flame soulgrass on West Mountain. Please wait a moment. It is so late. Are you leaving now? I have urgent business that requires my departure. Thank you for your care during this time, madam. I will keep your kindness in saving my life close to my heart. I will come back to pay my respects later. Yuner, do you blame me? Yuner does not. My lord, your subordinate has failed. I was unable to intercept and kill the tyrant. However, our undercover agents intercepted a secret letter. It is suspected to have been sent by the tyrant himself. He actually went to Yunzhou City. How very interesting. Since the nets and traps couldn't kill him, then we shall use other means to make him disappear for good. I have already purchased this courtyard. You don't have to worry about being discovered by others anymore, my fairy. Wow, your majesty is so thoughtful. General Luo, your initial search direction was wrong. It has wasted quite a lot of time in our search for His Majesty, hasn't it? General Luo, have you found the person behind the assassins? The current priority is to find His Majesty first. The regent would be better off focusing his energy on finding His Majesty. My men did manage to capture one of the assassins alive. Unfortunately, he died before we could extract any leads. I haven't been able to find the golden flame soul returning grass in the last 2 days. I wonder what that tyrant is messing around with, hiding in his room. 3, 2, 1. Yay, finally I can turn back into a human again. What is the fairy doing? You finally decided to come out. Tell me, what have you been doing behind my back all these days? I was preparing a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you as well. Then the fairy should go first. My magical powers have recovered a bit. I can shapeshift again. So I used your name to book a private room at Zhuxiang Pavilion. Let's go and taste the food there together. It seems my surprise will have to be delivered later then. That works. Yay, that is great. Oh, by the way, what is your surprise? The timing isn't right yet. If I told you now, it might not be a surprise anymore. It won't be too late to talk about it after we go out. This tyrant is actually being mysterious. What is the fairy thinking about? Why are you? This feels quite nice. What on earth does feels nice mean? Why is he looking at me with that kind of gaze? Why did you suddenly lean in? Shouldn't I be the one asking? Why did you suddenly shapeshift when I leaned in? Fairy, you are not allowed to flick my forehead again. It is getting late, let's head out quickly. I didn't expect it to be this lively today. That is because our establishment is currently running a promotion. Not only are all food and drinks half price, but you can also participate in the voting for our 2 new dishes. Dragon Into the Sea and Jade Dragon Snow Mountain Shaved Ice. The winning new dish will be added to our signature menu. We'll take one of each of the 2 new dishes. And this. Just any 2 dishes. Right away, please wait a moment, guests. Not bad. Class is in session. This is delicious. How was it, honored guests? Have you reached a decision in your hearts? The red flower token is for the dragon entering the sea. The blue flower token is for the jade dragon snow mountain sorbet. I think I prefer the jade dragon snow mountain sorbet. So she likes sweets. Do you happen to have a chef from the Meow region here? We would like to see him. This. I understand. Please wait a moment, honored guests, and I will go fetch him. So this was your real surprise. Do you think that Meow Chef might know the whereabouts of the golden flame soul returning herb? Correct, but I am merely guessing. We still have to see him to be sure. What do you guests need from me? Did you make this? I did. Is there a problem? What a coincidence. Do you know me? No, I don't. You are a Meow. Do you know where one might find the golden flame soul returning herb in Yunzhou City? I do not know. I have work to do. Excuse me, don't you want to know which dish we voted for? I do not. He definitely knows something. Let's go. We need to catch up and ask clearly. Why aren't you leaving? Look at all this delicious food. Eat first, fairy. Asking later will not be too late. He won't open up so easily. Try this. Fine then, I'll find him later. In the past, when she touched me, my emotions wouldn't fluctuate this much. What is going on today? Could it be the influence of the GU poison again? I'm stuffed. I feel so happy. We want to see him one more time. I'm sorry, guests. He doesn't wish to see you again. Then where does he live? My apologies, guests. I cannot say. Think carefully. If you don't talk, this money will be gone. Fine, but you must promise not to tell him it was me who told you. Hurry, go. Why? We're safe now. How did he know? Is the time limit for my transformation almost up? My secrets. Just how much did he figure out? Why did you suddenly grab me and leave? Fairy, your transformation only lasts for 1 hour each time. That wasn't hard to guess. Is that really all it is? I can't reach the system right now. I really hope I don't blow my cover at a time like this. What is the fairy thinking about? Nothing, haha. Turn around. Look at the surprise I prepared for you. Oh my. Your Majesty, did you make all of this yourself? It is a bit simple, but it'll do. Fairy, you can rest well inside. I'm just a hollow doll with no real power. Why are you being so good to me? If the tyrant finds out I'm just a fraud, will he still be like this? Do you not like it? I like it. This swing is lovely. It looks sturdier than the one in the palace. She must think it is too ugly. My scouts found out that the Meow Chef married a local girl, and they are very devoted to each other. Unfortunately, his wife's health has been poor ever since a difficult childbirth. She has been bedridden for years. We can reach out through his wife. Play the emotional card. Who are you? My surname is Kang. I've come specifically to visit Chef Meow. How do you know where I live? You were actually stalking me. I was not stalking you. I only came because I want to clear some things up with you. I told you I don't know anything. Brother Meow, is something wrong? Are you sure you want to talk about this here? Then follow me. You go inside and rest first. I'll be there in a moment. I heard that your wife has been suffering from a long-term illness. I have brought a physician. Perhaps he can ease your wife's suffering. Madam, let me examine you. I know you are here for the golden flame soul reviving herb. That is the sacred relic of our Meow people, the Niao Nishang. No matter how much you offer, or if you even manage to cure my wife, I will never reveal a single thing. I will guard it until I die. You haven't even forgotten the gestures for kowtowing to the goddess, have you? How do you know our people kowtow to the goddess? Could it be that I am not Meow, but I have a way to clear your name, a way for you to seek redemption and return to the Meow border, back into the embrace of the goddess. Who exactly are you? Do you want to go back? Just tell me the whereabouts of the Nishang, and I can make it happen. Go back. Leave now. Don't come back here again. Find a way to scout him out later. He is the most malicious person I have ever encountered. Don't you think there is something strange about how bloated his money pouch is? Logically, it should be heavy if it is that full, but that pouch looked weightless. I hadn't noticed that But I have a premonition. We won't be able to stay in Yunzhou City for much longer. We need to think of a plan. Think about it carefully. I will return tomorrow. Master Kang, are you finished talking? How is she? This woman has been harboring deep sorrow since her difficult labor, and coupled with the lack of proper care for her body, along with excessive exhaustion, she is simply far too weak. Feng Yang, this is all my fault. It is all in the past now. Why are you still crying? Fortunately, she has been nourishing herself with food lately, and her foundation is decent. Otherwise, she would be bedridden. I will prescribe a few doses of medicine to help her recover. Thank you, doctor, but can the symptom of her fainting spells be treated? What? There are fainting spells as well. It seems I will need to adjust the dosage. Young Master Kang is so kind. He even went out of his way to find a doctor for Sister Xiaofeng. Is there something weighing on your mind, young Master Kang? Why not just tell us? Perhaps we sisters could be of some help. And you two are? We sisters fell on hard times. It was Sister Xiaofeng who took us in. My name is Yihan, and this is my sister Zifeng. I appreciate your kindness, ladies. It is nothing major. I just find Chef Miao's cooking quite excellent. I was hoping to learn a thing or two. Sister Xiaofeng, it feels soft to the touch. There is no money inside this pouch. What are you doing? Let go of me now. So, you know martial arts. Why stop hiding it? This man has such immense strength. He is clearly trained. Cough, cough. What is going on here? Why are you two fighting? Don't you think you owe me an explanation? Why were you messing with my money pouch? It was just a cloth doll inside the pouch. Could it be the same doll as before? It was just an accident. Sister Han didn't mean to do it. I can apologize to you on her behalf. Please don't misunderstand. I was simply a bit curious. I meant no harm. Young Master Kang. Yihan is a good woman. There must be some kind of misunderstanding here. Your martial arts skills are quite advanced, yet you hide your identities and lurk here. What exactly is your goal? Young Master Kang, why would you carry a cloth doll in your money pouch when you go out? What I do is none of your business. As for you two, hiding your identities, you must have malicious intent. That's a bit extreme, isn't it? Sister Han, we only touched your pouch by mistake. To make such accusations is jumping to conclusions. You're feeling guilty. Sister Xiaofeng. She knows medicine. Could they be the famous great and lesser divine doctors? How can this be? Her pulse is fluctuating constantly. It doesn't look anything like normal sleep at all. Sister Xiaofeng falls asleep like this often. She just needs a nap and she'll be fine. What? It happens all the time. I have never seen a pulse like this. Her reaction was far too calm. It seems highly likely now. The time was too short. I couldn't tell at all if that doll was alive. Stop right there. What is the matter with you? Not only did you lash out without reason, but you used such a clumsy way to test him. You knew he wasn't someone to be trifled with. Why did you provoke him? He has already started to doubt who we are. I was just curious. Besides, given his abilities, he probably sensed our hostility toward him long ago. Curious? That doesn't sound like you at all. Doctor, I'm begging you, please have some mercy. I will definitely pay you back for the medicine. If you don't have money, don't buy such expensive medicine. A human life can't wait. I really have no other choice. I'll kowtow to you right here. That is, we will meet again. Are you hurt? I'm fine. I never expected she would become my weakness. Your Majesty, I suspect that those two young women are the rumored great and lesser divine doctors. I saw her fingers placing precisely on Fang's wrist. I also smelled a faint scent of medicine on them. If that is true, then why hasn't Fang's condition been cured? She even falls into these deep slumbers. Perhaps Fang's condition is just that difficult to treat. And another thing, they possess martial arts. The rumored great and lesser divine doctors. They are just ordinary people with exceptional medical skills. They don't know any martial arts. Ah, so embarrassing. Help me. What happened? Young Master Kang. The carriage in front stopped suddenly. Luckily, I reacted quickly. Otherwise, we would have collided. My lady, please have mercy. Please save me. You have so much money. You can surely help me pay off my gambling debts. If I don't pay it back soon, they are going to beat me to death. You are doing this on purpose to extort us. Everyone, look. My lady's carriage did not hit him at all. Look at him there. My lady, please save me. I don't want to die. Let go. If you don't let go now, I will not be so polite. Lady Luo, why are you here? Young master, why is it you? Don't you run, let me teach you a lesson. Young master, thank you so much. It was a minor matter. It cannot compare to the grace you showed in saving me, my lady. My surname is Kang. Why is my lady in Yunzhou City? We came here to celebrate my father's birthday. Yunzhou City is under lockdown today. It took so much effort just to enter the city. Lockdown. Young master Kang, my father's birthday banquet is in a few days. My father has always enjoyed making new friends. If you are willing to attend his banquet, he would be delighted. Since that is the case, I will definitely pay a visit on the day of the banquet. Your Majesty, what just happened? I just saw Lady Luo. What a coincidence. She just said the city is under lockdown today. No one can enter or leave. It seems like something major has occurred. We must go to the #1 pavilion in the world. We need to investigate this matter thoroughly. Otherwise, I will never have peace of mind. Why is it raining so hard all of a sudden? Let's head back to the courtyard. The city lord of Yunzhou has been assassinated. The city is under martial law to catch the assassin. Is it really that simple? Of course, it is not that simple. I suspect the letter I sent to my senior brother was intercepted, and the one who assassinated the city lord of Yunzhou is likely the same mastermind behind the attempt on my life. So, are we leaving Yunzhou City? Certainly not. Removing this parasite is the priority. As long as this parasite remains, I will continue to be held back by others. Besides, we must find a way to contact my senior brother. Otherwise, both our lives are in danger. I have a way to send the letter safely to General Luo. By using a beast-taming talisman, I'll pick a reliable mount to deliver it. Xiaoju has returned from its upgrade. Congratulations, host. The cooldown period for the transformation pill has been reduced from 7 days to 3 days. It can now be used for 24 hours at a time. That is great. Are there any other new features? Xiaoju cannot say for sure, but Xiaoju's scanning function has become more powerful. Then I shall transform now and go find the Miao chef. The longer I stay away from Consort Liu, the harder it is to suppress the parasite within me. Your Majesty, has the parasite in your body started acting up again? Fairy, I have never chosen to transform while I was alone. I'm fine, Fairy. What are you? I'm coming with you to find the Miao chef, of course. I refuse to believe that I can't break that stubborn chef's silence. It is good to have my familiar fairy back. Is anyone there? Open up, it is me. It is the Miao chef. Why has he come here so suddenly? I'll go open the door. You stay inside. Master Kang, I said I'm willing to talk. Please, save Fangniang. Tell me, why are you willing to talk now? Fangniang's condition has worsened. She even coughed up blood today. The doctor said she doesn't have much time left. You promised that if I revealed the location of the Wunexiang, you would bring in a better doctor to cure Fangniang, right? Hiring a better doctor is no difficult task. I will help you cure Fangniang. You need not worry about the consultation fees or the cost of medicine either. Young Master Kang, thank you. Then hurry and come with me. Slow down. I know you're in a hurry, but don't be hasty just yet. And who might this young lady be? I am his older sister. You two are siblings. You don't look like it at all. Sister. Yes, before we leave you must first tell me where the Wuni incense is. No, I must wait for Fangniang's illness to be treated. We have shown our sincerity here. Where then is your sincerity? If you tell me now, I will immediately hire the best doctor in the city. It won't take much time at all. If you refuse to speak, every moment of delay is costing Fangniang her life. It is on Partridge Mountain. Fangniang cannot afford to wait. You must hire the doctor first. Besides, I am the only one who knows that place. Since when did I acquire an older sister? I have cultivated into an immortal. Given my age, I could be your great-great-aunt. So naturally, you are my little brother. The appearance of a rag doll is far too misleading. I actually overlooked her true age. Fangniang, I have brought the best doctor in the city. Young lady, you are. My surname is Kang. I am his sister. So you really are siblings. She is actually taller than an average woman. Young Master Kang, you didn't bring your money pouch today. Are you afraid that I might steal your doll? Miss Yihan, you certainly take an interest in my doll. Young Master Kang's doll is very cute. It is as if it were alive. I like it very much. If young Master Kang would be willing to dream on. Has she discovered something? Fangyang. Her current symptoms are identical to the zombie blood plague from the original book. In the book, the tyrant, in order to stop the spread of the blood plague, ended up slaughtering nearly half the city. System. Can you scan whether Feng Yang has been infected with the blood plague? Of course, after all, the scanning function has been upgraded. Scanning. Ding. Scan successful. Host multiple levels in Feng Yang's body are abnormal. The probability of it being the blood plague is 79%. Yunzhou City is currently under martial law and lockdown immediately after the blood plague appeared. And yet, the calamity hasn't appeared in the capital. It has appeared here in Yunzhou City instead. So, this calamity is man-made. It is specifically targeted at the male lead. Who could be so insane? What's wrong with you? Miss Kang, are you not feeling well? I saw a trace of black aura on Feng Yang. It is the black miasma of the calamity. Pa, what miasma? Miss Kang, why would you curse Feng Yang? It is not a curse. It is the truth. Nonsense. How could my wife possibly be infected with a plague? Although this lady is coughing up blood, she only needs a few days of rest and care to fully recover. It is certainly not the plague. Miss, please do not spread rumors. I am not spreading rumors. Feng Yang needs to be isolated immediately. What about you? Do you also think I'm talking nonsense? I believe you. Young Master Kang, you believe such an absurd statement. The doctor has already been brought here for you. Now is the time for you to fulfill your promise. Feng Yang, I don't believe it is. I cannot lose you. You must wait for me to return. Are they really brother and sister? We're here. The sacred Wuni incense is inside. Follow me. Where is this Wuni incense you spoke of? It is right. Wait, how could this be? The goddess is furious. Is she still unwilling to forgive us? If only we had found it sooner. Perhaps she could have been saved. Now, we still have time. We can just look again. Who is there? Who is it? They've taken the bait. Come out. I know it is you. Why is it you, Miss Kang? I didn't expect to see you again so soon. You led us here on purpose. That is right. Why did you come here? Naturally, for the sacred Wuni incense as well. So you are here for our clan's sacred Wuni incense too. It is a pity you're also a step too late. This Wuni incense is dead. If I'm not mistaken, you are the legendary great and lesser divine doctors. Miss Kang is truly sharp. How did you know? I bluffed you, of course. I was only 70% sure at first. After all, they failed to detect Feng Yang's blood-stiffening plague in time. Thou, the blood-stiffening plague is unique. The chances of catching it early are very low. The Wuni incense is gone, but I've found the elusive divine doctors. Now, Miss Kang, take a guess. Which of us is the GU master? And who is the physician? I guess Miss Yihan is the physician, and you, Miss Baifeng, are the Gu master. I suppose you have some talent. Are you truly a divine doctor? Yihan, even though you came for the Wuni incense, in return for Feng Yang taking you in and treating you so sincerely, I beg you, please save her. Brother Miao, get up quickly. Actually, I have been secretly treating Sister Xiaofang all along. Sister Xiaofang has already improved a great deal. Then why did Feng Yang suddenly cough up blood? Because Sister Xiaofang because of the blood-stiffening plague. I only fear that Feng Yang is not an isolated case. Otherwise, the people of Yunzhou City are doomed. Whoever is behind this scheme is truly despicable and shameless. She can still be saved if it were any later. There would be no hope left. We will talk about Sister Xiaofang's situation in a moment. Brother Miao, I need a bit of your blood now. Yihan, what are you doing? It can still draw my blood. The holy plant is still alive. Thank you for helping me bring it back to life. We are determined to get the Wuni incense, so you intend to take it by force. Then let's all go at once. Wait, don't be impulsive. Removing the poison takes precedence. Let's make a deal. A deal, very well. You have been poisoned. Give me the Wuni incense, and I will help you. You must first make me believe you are a capable poison master. Hold out your hand and let me take a look. whether it can actually be cured. The Soul Eater poison. This is a bit tricky. The host of the Soul Eater poison becomes violent and temperamental. He hides his emotions remarkably well, though. Right now, the larva inside you is nearing maturity. The Woony incense will only accelerate the larva's growth. Believe it or not, it is up to you. I have no need to explain myself to a living corpse, but you must cure this Soul Eater poison for me. Otherwise, I will kill you with my own hands. You are Miss Kang's younger brother. Naturally, I will do my best. You care a lot about my sister. Of course, I always feel like something is strange. Miss Kang is beautiful and kind-hearted. I love beautiful people best. You are all beautiful, too. How do you cure the Soul Eater poison? The Soul Eater poison is hard to cure. A Soul Eater poison nearing maturity is even harder to cure. I will use acupuncture to seal your senses, to slow its growth. Then I will prepare some medicine for you to take, to weaken the larva. Meanwhile, I must quickly cultivate a catalyst to draw the larva out, so the larva doesn't kill you when it dies. Can a clone of the Soul Eater mother poison be used as a catalyst? That would be the best catalyst, to make the mother poison give up a clone. It seems your identity is not simple. It is going to rain. We shouldn't stay here long. Let's head down the mountain as soon as possible. Miss Kang, perhaps what you said is true. Sister Xiaofang really has caught the plague. When we were coming over, we noticed many people along the way coughing. This is highly unusual. Divine Doctor, is there any way for you to cure them? The source of the plague hasn't been identified yet. My abilities are limited. I fear the people in this city. Oh no. Yunzhou City is turning into a plague-ridden city. Are we leaving? No, we stay. Master Kang, I cannot visit today as I have matters to attend to. Something is wrong with Yunzhou City. Please make sure to minimize contact with others. The symptoms are the same as Fang Niang's. It is the plague. It really is the plague. How could this happen? From today on, without permission, no one is to leave the residence. It is the plague. What are we going to do? Open the gate. Open the city gate quickly. I am not from Yunzhou City. I need to leave the city. They can't get out. Even I cannot get out. The city gates have been sealed. Should the common folk attempt to leave, they will be shot down by a barrage of arrows. The person behind this is truly devious. If I, the emperor, were to flee, I would be abandoning my people. But if I remain in the city, they can make me disappear forever. Soon, more and more people became ill. Yihan and Zifeng are helping at the clinic every day. They all have one thing in common. What is Miss Kang thinking about? Did you manage to find anything out? I discovered. Come with me. Why are her hands so large? What did Miss Kang discover? After asking, I found they all participated in the Manhwa House signature dish competition. Those fabric flowers used for voting must be the source of the plague. The plague was man-made, but why would Manhwa House do such a thing? Are they not afraid of being exposed? Because the person behind it has already found a scapegoat. In this signature dish competition, the winner was Chef Miao. The common people remember him well, but Fang Niang has been weak and ill for years, so it could easily be claimed that Fang Ning is the source of the plague in Yunzhou City. They would logically push her into the line of fire and clear Manhua House of all suspicion. This is a scheme where every piece fits perfectly. And this scheme is aimed at you, isn't it? You guessed right. Yihan and I will definitely find a way to cure the people as soon as possible. What should I do? To save the people of Yunzhou City? I'll go out and take a look. You must not get close to the patients yet. If you do, you must wear a veil to protect yourself. Once I turn back into a doll, all injuries will disappear. I didn't expect the doll's body to become my protective shield. No need, I'll be fine. Host, the 24-hour limit for the transformation pill is almost up. I don't believe it. I cannot let you leave just like this. What is she doing? There. Now you can leave. Although I didn't need it, I still want to thank you. Wait. Don't follow me. She shouldn't have seen, right? I was right after all. You are that doll. Stop pretending. I know you are alive. You helped me before. We met a long time ago. We met before. Why don't I know about this? It is only fair that we've both uncovered each other's secret. Why are you crouching on the ground giggling? Have you seen Miss Kang? I haven't. Then why was her veil on the ground? That was dropped by accident. How can you be so careless? If the second master finds out, he'll... All right. Why are you more naggy than the master? Go find your Miss Kang already. Why does their relationship seem a bit off? It is as if they're hiding some secret. Haha, that tickles. When have you seen me before? Let me give you a hint. A little golden hairpin that fell from the sky. Why don't I remember that at all? Host, it was when you were looking for the miracle doctor in Qingxi town. The woman kneeling outside the clinic begging for medicine. So that woman was you. Your disguise was too good. To think we just missed each other like that. Is your face right now also a disguise? Wow, it looks so real. Ha ha ha, because I'm not wearing a disguise this time. I've always wanted to thank you. If it weren't for your little golden hairpin, my sister and I might not have survived. Now, I truly want to say thank you. I accept your thanks, but that was just a small thing. Calling it a life-saving grace is too much. But to my sister and me, you are our little benefactor. All right, then. So you aren't Miss Kang. Nor are you Master Kang's sister. You're just a doll, aren't you? Oh no, my cover is completely blown. So what exactly is your relationship with Master Kang? Why do you always stay by his side? That is, for me to know and you to find out. I've discovered that medicinal herbs to treat the plague are scarce in the city. Most were sold off to other places recently. I suspect this epidemic might be man-made. What? There is no medicine in the city. Then have you found any other treatment methods? Not yet. I will try to find a cure before the remaining medicine runs out. No wonder the people with plague symptoms are scattered everywhere in the city. These cloth strips must be destroyed entirely. Don't let anyone come into contact with them again. The lack of medicine in the city right now is the most lethal problem. Damn it, they want to turn Yunzhou City into a dead city. The secondary parasite is still active. Do not lose your temper. It is over. The tyrant has been infected too. Why did you hide this from me? When did it start? It started yesterday. I wasn't trying to deceive you. I just didn't want you to worry. The symptoms are still mild right now. It will be all right. And I won't be one of those who spreads the plague. As long as I bring back the medicine, I can save everyone. Just now, Lady Yihan wrote down a list of medicinal ingredients. Your Majesty, you know the nearby cities better. To which city should I go to seek help? Wait. Head north until you find the nearest military camp. Seek out Deputy General Guo Qin. You saw him at the victory banquet. He is my senior brother's subordinate. I'm leaving. You must stay safe. Wait for my return. Go. Your archery skills have grown rusty. Let me handle this. Deputy General Guo, stop. Oh my goodness. The Snow Eagle spoke. Who is there? Who was just speaking? Show yourself. What are you all standing around for? Attack. Deputy General Guo, hold your fire. I am the Imperial Preceptor. I have a matter of great importance to discuss with you. The Snow Eagle is my mount. It will not harm anyone, so please do not harm it. Stand down, all of you. Was that you talking just now? Where did this little rag doll come from? It isn't even as big as my hand. Haha, how adorable. Indeed, it was I. You just said you were the Imperial Preceptor. What proof do you have? I am the State Preceptor. No proof is needed. I have a matter of great importance to discuss with you privately. The situation is urgent. There is no time to waste. The tone sounds quite like the State Preceptor, but what is it? Could it be that the Honorable Deputy General is afraid I might do you harm? Ridiculous. Why would I be afraid of you? A doll the size of a palm. I'd like to see what important matter you have to tell me. This is a secret letter from His Majesty for you. Let us out. Don't come back. You will die. Ah, there is an ambush outside the city. People are dying. State Preceptor, the medicinal herbs are all in the pack. I hope His Majesty can hold on. I will immediately lead troops to Yunzhou City to provide aid. The tyrant is hiding in the city like a coward, not caring whether you live or die. If you hand over the tyrant's head, I will immediately send the medicine into the city. Release the physicians to enter the city and save the people. If you do not know the tyrant's identity, I can tell you clearly. It is him. Fairy, I fear I won't be able to wait for your return. So dealing with the parasitic worms is that simple. Only when the heart is as dead as ashes can the surrounding world have no effect whatsoever. Calm and without anger. Warning: target S corruption level at 88%, 95%, 97%. Task progress 17%, 0%. What is happening? What on earth happened to the tyrant? Host: once the corruption level reaches 100%, it can never be lowered again. You must, please be faster. Be even faster. Fairy, you've returned. Transform. Your Majesty, I have returned. In this world only you will not abandon me. What is it you want to do? Make those besieging the city choose whether to take my head, or will they choose the lives of everyone in the city? A goddess has descended from the heavens. Yunzhou City is saved. Goddess, please save us. I am the Imperial Preceptor. I have already attained semi-divine status. This plague is not a natural disaster. It is a man-made catastrophe. The goddess is right. That person is the one who wants us to kill His Majesty. In their quest for rebellion, they have heartlessly abandoned the people of Yunzhou City. I have come to save His Majesty, and to save the people of Yunzhou City, I will put an end to this plague and ensure everyone survives. Thank you, goddess. Thank you, goddess. I've made such a bold promise. What if I can't actually do it? What do I have to save everyone in the city? A hollow, empty lie. Stay calm. We will think of a way together. You have already brought back the medicinal herbs, haven't you? Right, the medicine. Miss Kang, no. God. Or should I call you Imperial Preceptor? Divine Healer, have you found a way to cure the zombie plague? I have brought back all the medicinal herbs you requested. Since when did the two of them get so close? Yes, these are indeed the ones I wrote down. The herbs are complete. How is the cure you're researching coming along? These medicines can only provide temporary relief. I brought back the herbs. Miss Yihan, please try your best one more time. What am I supposed to do? Look into my eyes. Even if you can't do it, it is all right. No one will blame you. No, I will blame myself. That is your life and the lives of the whole city at stake. Don't be afraid. Please, this is the last hope. I've thought of a way. Careful. I can save everyone now. Your Majesty, you get up quickly. What method? It wouldn't be the kind of thing from storybooks where you sacrifice a century of cultivation, would it? I am going to bring about a great rain in Yunzhou City to wash away the entire plague. It will cost you your life. Will it cause you great harm? It will not. That is easy. I shall give the order. The timing is just right now. The goddess is casting a spell to summon rain, to dispel the natural disaster. Everyone must bathe in this sacred dew. If even one person is missed, they shall be a sinner of Yunzhou City. System: use the summon wind and rain gear combined with the high-level marrow cleansing fluid. And host: you do not have enough points. Credit: Xiaoju does not have the authorization. Host: even adding all your points and what Xiaoju could possibly loan you, you are still 99 points short. Still that short. Oh, this is so painful. Goddess, when will the sacred rain begin? Are you all right? Wait, tyrant equals mission target, which equals points. How could I have forgotten that? Your Majesty, I just remembered something. What? You have always been unable to find out who Consort Liu is, haven't you? Why bring that up all of a sudden? Because her 11th Prince, Xiao Mingyur. I am sorry, I have reopened an old wound. Is what you said true? Plot correction 2%, rewarded with 20 points. Such a huge scoop and only 20 points. So stingy. Your Majesty. Plot correction 25%, rewarded with 250 points. Total plot correction is now at 52%. Why did you suddenly kiss me? Where is the rain we were promised? Is she lying to us? System, we can begin now. Heavens, the rain is actually warm. How miraculous. It is sacred water, we are saved. How embarrassing. She is the goddess. The goddess. Host, the time for your transformation pill is almost up. Goddess, please stay. On behalf of all the people of Yunzhou City, I thank you. Divine Maiden, stop kneeling, get up now. If you keep going on like this, my secret's going to be revealed right here. It isn't raining outside the city, but it is pouring inside. Thank you, Divine Maiden, thank you. Great, I can't get away at all now. The doll Grand Preceptor has turned into a human. Guoqin greets your Majesty, and the Grand Preceptor. I have successfully completed my mission. I have slain those who besieged the city. Oh no. My secret is out. Look, the Divine Maiden is glowing. Oh my god, a person turning into a doll. How terrifying. Is it a monster? What nonsense are you spewing? The Divine Maiden just saved all our lives. Shut your mouth. The Grand Preceptor exhausted her magic to save the people of Yunzhou. If I hear anyone disrespect the fairy again, they will be executed on the spot. Don't be afraid, fairy. No matter what happens, I will be by your side. I will protect you until the very end. So, you should still explain. That kiss under the umbrella. It was just a kiss, wasn't it? What is the big deal? This fairy just didn't have enough magic, so I borrowed some of His Majesty's dragon aura. Is that really all it was? That was my first kiss. You're your first kiss, but you have so many concubines. And aren't you in love with Consort Liu? How could I be? Those concubines were just forced upon me by the court officials. I had just ascended the throne then. I was young and couldn't refuse. As for Consort Liu, we grew up together. And I only ever saw her as my only friend. Later, under the influence of the parasitic insects, my feelings were confused. But now, I will never misidentify my own heart again. What does this tyrant mean? Does he have a thing for a doll? That can't be right. Then who does he like? Miss Yihan or Miss Baifeng? Why do I feel so sad when I think of him liking someone else? At first, I only saw him as an assignment, a terrifying tyrant. But then I realized his bloodthirsty brutality is just a shell. You have to shatter it to see that inside there is a child curled up, terrified of being abandoned. We can't stay in Yunzhou any longer. We must return to the capital as soon as possible. The plague in Yunzhou has mostly subsided. Leave the rest to me. Play at 12-9. I'll place the final stone. I've lost again. A loss is a loss. Don't wear such a long face. Your Majesty, State Preceptor, we need to rest in the city for the night. I apologize, we only have one single room left. There are also 2 double rooms available. If that doesn't work, we'll take the 2 double rooms. I'll share a double room with Miss Baifeng. Miss Baifeng, you don't mind, do you? I'll just take the single room, because I snore when I sleep. So, it is fine. I sleep very soundly at night. I won't be woken up by you. Then it is settled. Innkeeper, prepare a tub of bathwater for me. We can take a bath together. No, I'm used to bathing alone. What is wrong? You've been acting so strange today. We're both girls. What is wrong with bathing in the same room? Little miracle doctor, are you feeling shy? I thought we were friends. Friends. Then let's wash together. Miss Baifeng, Who did you learn your medical skills from? From a pair of traveling doctors who roam the world. My masters don't want me to mention their names. The great and little miracle doctors are extremely good at disguising themselves. Could Miss Bai Feng actually be a man? She is so clever. She must have figured it out. Should I call her out right now? Or am I just overthinking this? I'm done bathing. How adorable. Just because of a headband covering her eyes, you concluded that Bai Feng is a man. Isn't that a bit hasty? Ah, I didn't see anything. Why are your clothes wet? You had better have truly seen nothing. Why are your clothes wet? Why did you suddenly come over? I came to find Miss Bai Feng to perform acupuncture on me. Miss Bai Feng might not be a miss, but rather a master. What are you two doing? She looks like an elegant beauty no matter how you look at her. The way she acts, she is nothing like a man. Miss Bai Feng, you may begin the acupuncture. The inn's conditions are quite poor. We lack rare medicinal herbs, so we cannot do a medicinal bath. If we only use acupuncture to seal your 5 senses, it will be very painful. Can you handle it? No problem, then please your upper garment. You needn't worry. Regarding the boundaries between men and women, I only see acupoints, not the person. Let's begin. Drink this. It is time to wake up. Go on. There, we couldn't do the medicinal bath, so I had to use my treasure to temporarily suppress your sub-parasite. It will remain in a dormant state. Now everything is ready. We only need the trigger to remove the parasite. I have no proof yet. Would it be impolite to ask directly? Oh my, the assassins are back. It is a good thing Lieutenant Guo drew off most of the pursuers. Ah, Bai Feng was indeed wearing a disguise. Don't worry, they are quite dead. Go to sleep. How come your face shows no marks even after being slashed by a blade? What do you think? You are in disguise. I am indeed in disguise. Do you have nothing else to say? Like what? Why is it that you are a man, yet you have no Adam's apple? So, you discovered it. Nothing can be hidden from you. I am indeed a man. How did you manage that? Want to learn? I'll teach you. I don't need to learn this. What a pity, disguise is quite fun. This is a secret between Yihan and me. I implore the Grand Preceptor not to tell anyone, including His Majesty. Grand Preceptor, Miss Bai Feng, are you both all right? We are unharmed. This old servant greets your majesty. Greetings, Grand Preceptor. Rise, thank goodness. Your Majesty, you have finally returned. Tell me everything. During the time I was away from the palace, what has transpired? What? Brother was ambushed. General Luo was severely wounded and has fallen into a coma. At present, the Prince Regent is in charge of the court. Your Majesty, there is one more matter that requires your decision. You say Consort Liu is pregnant? What? Pregnant? Why are you looking at me like that? This child is not mine. It must have been from that time at the Ministry of Justice. Your Majesty, would you like to go see Consort Liu? Her current condition is rather grim. How did it come to this? This is the host carrying a fragment of the soul-devouring Mother Gu. Your Majesty, you have finally come. Your Majesty, I beg you to save my child. Rise first. Your Majesty, everything was my fault, but the child is innocent. I beg you to save him. He is your future nephew or niece. The child is indeed Xiaoming Yue's. How miraculous. The fetus is actually holding its own against the GU worm. Rest assured the child is fine. It is just that both the child and the parasite are drawing nutrients from the mother. This is causing the mother to suffer a backlash. If the parasite is not removed in time, the moment of childbirth will be the moment of the mother's death. You are the poison master. I beg you, please save this child. Drawing out the parasite is not difficult, but to do so without harming the fetus. Detaching the parasite is extremely difficult. During the extraction, I will need to exert a great deal of mental energy. All of you, get out. Your Majesty, how do you intend to deal with Consort Liu? I do not know, but seeing her reap what she has sown today, I find I do not hate her as much anymore. However, I will never forgive her for her betrayal. Thank goodness. He is not the cold-blooded, heartless tyrant from the book. The difference between a tyrant and an enlightened ruler is but a single word. I am not far from completing my mission. Empress Dowager, something terrible has happened. The emperor has actually returned to the palace safely. He has a lucky life indeed. No wonder my people couldn't find him after looking for so long. He was hiding in Yunzhou City all along. Having been away from Consort Liu and me for so long, he must have sensed something about the parasite. Do you feel that the emperor's attitude toward me has changed? In the past, whenever he returned safely, even if he didn't come to see me, he would have sent a message to set my mind at ease. No, I must see the emperor in person. The parasite is removed. Watch out. Little divine doctor, are you all right? I am fine. Your wound is bleeding. Let me bandage it for you. To leave even a small mark on the goddess's heart, one must resort to some tactics. Done. As a healer, to feign weakness deliberately, tricking a fairy into bandaging you, you are simply absurd. What is her condition now? She is fine, just asleep. She won't wake up for a while. I have already obtained the catalyst. When will you be able to remove the poison for me? Does your Majesty think removing this poison is a simple matter? If I make a mistake, at best, there will be a backlash, and at worst, it could cost you your life. I need some time to recover for now. Your Majesty would not want to see me make a mistake, would you? Are you threatening me? I wouldn't dare. Why is there so much tension between the two of them? Your Majesty, removing the poison must not be rushed. It is better to let the young healer recover first. It will be much safer that way. Danger lurks everywhere right now. I do not have that much time to wait for Miss Baifeng. Are you referring to the Soul Eater Gi? The one holding the Master Gi is right here in the Imperial Palace. Yes, that is troublesome. However, you have my treasure inside you. With it there, common goo cannot harm you. It is just that I truly cannot remove the poison for you today. The duration of the human transformation pill is running out. The Imperial Preceptor has turned into a doll, and that specific voodoo doll too. My worst fear has come true. She must have seen it, right? Otherwise, she wouldn't have had that look on her face. So this is what the Divine Maiden looks like when she turns into a doll. How cute. Cute your head. Let go. You are not allowed to carry me like this. Did Consort Liu really see it? What just happened? Rest assured, I knocked her out cold. Even if she saw something, she will just think it was a nightmare. Besides, it doesn't matter even if she knows. I will protect you. Right, I was overthinking it. Now that I have found the divine healer and made it to the Imperial Palace, I just need to remove the poison, and my mission will be complete. The Celestial Maiden has become lazy with her cultivation. There has been so little progress in your cultivation after all this time. How long has it been, and you've already turned back into a doll? No matter how much I cultivate, I am not a true Celestial. I permit you to borrow my dragon aura once more, to assist you in taking human form. What? Once more? Is this how you borrow it? Ah, what is the tyrant doing? Your Majesty, what are you doing? At first, I hoped he would always remain a doll. But now, that has nothing to do with you. You know she is a divine maiden. You should not be disrespectful to a divine maiden, and you even kissed her. Ah. Stop hitting. Stop hitting. You are no match for me now. I will not tangle with you. How bold. This is the Empress Dowager. Are you trying to commit treason? No one is allowed to leave the Weiyang Palace. This is His Majesty's will. We are merely following orders. It seems the Emperor not only knows about the soul-eating bone, but also knows who cast the curse. The Emperor is guarding against me. I truly underestimated that Imperial advisor. Your Majesty, something has happened. What is the cause of such panic? It is Prince Wu Zhang who is leading troops and attacking the city. Half of the palace guards have been dispatched to Weiyang Palace. The remaining half will likely struggle to hold them back. He knows that only one of us can survive. In the end, he could not help but make his move. Could it be that he was behind the assassins at the Spring Hunt and the Plague in Yunzhou City? Yes, it was him. He must have been quite surprised to see that I returned to the capital alive. Otherwise, he would not have been so desperate to launch this rebellion. I implore your Majesty to find a solution quickly. In this old servant's view, the palace guards cannot hold out much longer. As for Prince Wu Zhang's rebellion and the siege, I have long since made the necessary arrangements. I just do not know who will emerge victorious. Would you like to witness the outcome with me, Fairy? Of course, as for Prince Wu Zhang, he must die. No, it should not be like this. Perhaps the one who dies today will be me. Are you afraid, Celestial One? Shut up, you are not going to die. Now I finally understand why the mission target is a tyrant. Even though he is cruel and bloodthirsty, he is not a fool blinded by love like Xiao Mingyura, nor is he a madman like Prince Wu Zhang, who treats human lives like dust. Knowing that there is a Celestial One in this world who remembers me, that is enough. Damn it, it was so close. The throne is mine. I won't accept this. No doll. And no emperor, nothing at all. Was it another nightmare? That eunuch is surprisingly absent today. Our chance has come. What is happening outside? No, I must find the prince as soon as possible. Xiao He. Consort Liu, my lady, how did you end up like this? What has happened? Xiao He, help me deliver this handkerchief to eunuch Shi. He will know what to do. Also, help me find a place to stay, a room where I can hide safely. Only you can help me now. Very well, my lady. Follow me quickly. You were a pawn planted by others to watch me. If you were still Consort Liu, I never would have done this. I have my own reasons too. You won't blame me, will you? Thanks to the Emperor's wisdom, seeing through the schemes of these treacherous villains, I was finally able to find a chance to strike him down. Everyone rise. Prince Wu Zhang is cunning by nature. Are you certain it is he who has died? I am certain it is Prince Wu Zhang, your majesty. Die, ha ha ha. Your majesty, look out. No. It is only a needle, it is nothing. Your majesty, what is wrong? I am truly fine. It doesn't hurt at all. Promise me that if there is a next time, you will never stand in front of me again. It seems like she is always the one protecting me. If I weren't the emperor, would she still be like this? Congratulations, host. The progress of the benevolent ruler mission has reached 74%. Wow, it went up by so much. Doesn't that mean I'll finish the mission soon? Fairy, what do you like? Is there anything you want? The mission isn't finished yet. For someone who cannot see their future, anything said is just empty talk. I want the country to be prosperous and the people to be at peace. Other than that, what is it that you truly desire in your heart? Good food. Perhaps one day, the fairy will eventually leave, and I will be unable to stop her, nor can I make her stay. Where are you taking me? Your Highness, I'm so scared. Please come and save me. That is all for today. May I enter? Consort Liu, I never expected the Emperor to hide you within the palace. It is the Empress Dowager, so it was you who betrayed me. You are quite bold. I should have noticed something was wrong when you went missing. You betrayed me and ruined the plan I had been meticulously crafting for years. Tell me, how should I punish you? You cannot kill me. I am carrying the child of Prince Yue. Impossible. What kind of delusions are you having? This child belongs to the prince. Empress Dowager, if you do not believe me, you may ask the prince yourself. Do you think that will help you see Yue? Expecting him to save you. Dream on. Why isn't the parasite inside her reacting? Where is the parasite that was inside you? What do you mean? What happened to the parasite in my body? Tell me exactly how much does the emperor know? How was the parasite inside you removed? So the parasite really was removed. It wasn't a dream. Everything I saw that day was real. Consort Liu, as long as you tell me, in consideration of our past ties, I can still let you live. Otherwise, look at the people I sent to retrieve you. They were so reckless. They didn't even show a shred of care. Those fools who ruin more than they accomplish. Letting someone take the parasite out of you, but there is still a chance. That parasite master won't be able to help the emperor remove any more parasites for a while, and this period is our final opportunity. You just said the Grand Preceptor is actually a voodoo doll. I can swear to the heavens that not a word of what I said is a lie. How can you prove it is that very voodoo doll? Because the embroiderer made it using Consort Min's portrait, there is no mistake. I have heard what you said. Your Majesty, Consort Liu is gone. The secret guards have searched the entire palace, but they could not find Consort Liu. It seems there are still spies I haven't caught yet. Send more men and continue the search. Big Birdie. Oh my god, Big Birdie, you've gained so much weight. It seems Anki and Angia have been feeding you well. Xiao Ju, use the beast taming talisman. Understood. Host 1 credit deducted. Haha, yes. Big Birdie, I've missed you so much. This is my pet and partner, Big Birdie. A super cute and heartwarming little sparrow. Interesting, I also keep a cute little pet. Come out and meet your new friend. What kind of pet could it be? You call Swethison cute? Naturally. Its name is Sky Stinger. It is the most powerful parasite I've ever raised. Don't you dare underestimate it. It is a parasite king. It's so fast. What is it trying to do? Don't be afraid. Without my command, it won't hurt you. It likes you very much. It wants you to pet it. What is it doing? It senses a peer that makes it wary. His Majesty must be here. Ms. Baifeng. So here you are. Greetings, Your Majesty. Why have you summoned me, Your Majesty? My senior's wounds have yet to heal. Since I am free today, I must ask the little miracle doctor to accompany me to the General's manor. Oh, General Lu. I've heard rumors that General Luo is on bad terms with Your Majesty. I never expected them to be fellow disciples. Do you know my senior Ms. Baifeng? Naturally, I do not. But I greatly admire General Luo's character. Then please, Ms. Baifeng, accompany me. Oh my general. Why are you drinking again? Stop drinking, please. Old Lin, why the long face? Oh, His Majesty has brought a miracle doctor to the manor. They are heading your way right now. This is madness. The remnants of Prince Wuzhang are still out there. Why would His Majesty leave the palace? Help me up. I need to go out. Slowly, my leg hurts. Wait, my painting hasn't been put away yet. His Majesty is waiting for you. Is that General Luo? Senior. She has returned. It really is her. Haha, it has been a long time. Senior, there is no need for such formalities. No need, I'm not hurt. I can get up on my own. Oh ho. There is chemistry between these two. Could it be love at first sight? No, General Luo, you've got the wrong idea. Baifeng is a man. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit to my manor, your majesty? I have come to see you. Weren't you severely injured? How are you able to leave your bed? You were running so fast. You even left your crutches behind. Haha. State preceptor, please don't mock me. Very well, I am not mocking you. This is the rumored young doctor, who is so adept at disguise that no one has ever seen her true face. She is the younger of the two divine doctors, Bai Feng. So you are the young doctor, Lady Bai Feng. Have we met somewhere before? I have done my best. I hope the general does not entrust his heart to the wrong person. I would have liked to meet General Lo sooner, but today is indeed the first time I have seen you. Haha, the report of my severe injury was intentionally spread. It was meant to make the regent lower his guard, so I could catch him off balance. There was just a slight accident. My leg suffered a minor injury. It is fine. Is this a minor injury? The doctor says your leg was nearly ruined. Why, when she heard of the regent, did her expression not change at all? Yet, this appearance is exactly like hers. The general has a very strong constitution. Your current wounds are of no great concern. However, the injury to your leg is not so simple. There is new damage on top of old injuries. How does she know I have old injuries? Is she? Steward Lin was right just now. If it is not treated in time, I fear the general's leg will be ruined. But Lady Bai Feng is a physician. She is not. Young doctor, is my senior brother afflicted by any poison? No, your majesty, you may rest assured. She even knows about poison. Your majesty, aren't you the one who hates the art of poison most? It was the Empress Dowager. So that is why. No wonder my junior brother suddenly became irritable and volatile. No wonder someone who swore to protect others turned into someone who could take a life at the slightest provocation. No wonder he felt like a stranger before. To think that, as a youth, he endured all this alone. Junior brother. All these years, you've suffered so much. Why would the Empress Dowager harbor such deep malice toward my junior brother? Could it be that he isn't her biological son? I must send someone to investigate this thoroughly. Miss Bai Feng, you must lift that poison curse from my junior brother. I'm counting on you. Other than their faces, they are nothing alike. I truly want to ask Miss Bai Feng in person. Is she really her? This time, the two of us must drink to our heart's content. We won't stop until we're drunk. Junior brother, I'll trouble you and the Grand Preceptor to dig up the wine I buried under the osmanthus tree. You're too kind, senior brother. Then I'll leave it to the Grand Preceptor and Miss Bai Feng to make the trip. How could I let the Grand Preceptor and Miss Bai Feng go? The wine I buried is quite heavy. I'd feel more at ease if you went, junior brother. What is there to worry about? It's not like they'd drop it, right? No, that is not what I meant. I have some urgent court business to discuss with my senior brother. I'll have to trouble the immortal and Miss Bai Feng. That is more like it. What are you looking at, senior brother? Oh, it is nothing. My junior brother intentionally sent them away. Does he have something to discuss with me? As expected, I can't hide anything from you, senior brother. Does my junior brother have someone he fancies? Senior brother, how do I win the heart of the person I love? My junior brother is finally coming around, though it is rumored in the capital that he favors consort Liu. The way he looks at her, there isn't a hint of affection there. Who is the person you fancy, junior brother? Is it someone I know? Yes. Who is it? It is the immortal. Junior brother, are you serious? You aren't joking, are you? Senior brother, I am certain of my feelings. She is the only reason I have left to live in this world. I am in love with her. I will not make the same mistake again this time. Junior brother, you. No. Since my junior brother has asked me, his senior brother, for advice, I certainly cannot let him down. Junior brother, just you wait. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Why did I go to my senior brother, asking a man so unlucky in love for guidance? I really am quite reluctant to let it go. Where did my senior brother go? Ha ha ha. Naturally, I found a great treasure for you. I only managed to be with her back then because of this book. Don't look down on this book. I've tried it out for you. It works like a charm. The Book of Songs. Are you kidding me? Just flip through it and see. Ah, this is a secret manual for romance. Junior brother, as long as you study it diligently, you will definitely succeed. Just this thing bought from a street stall. It even requires 3 layers of wrapping. Senior brother, you've been scammed. Steward Lin. Most noble families love planting peach blossoms and bamboo. Why does the general's estate have sweet osmanthus instead? Sweet osmanthus is the general's favorite. Forget it. It's all in the past. Best not to mention it. There is a story behind it. Steward Lin, won't you tell us? This tree was planted by the general and the woman he loved. And the reason the general hasn't married all these years is because no one can replace that woman. I was worried General Luo would fall in love with Zaifeng at first sight, but I didn't expect the general to have someone he already loves. Wait, don't move. What is it? You've got mud on your face. They're all done. Even though Bai Feng is currently wearing a woman's clothes, he is still a man after all. I'm so curious what the real him looks like. Thank you. Oh, you big bird. Ouch. That is the prince's study. Quick, catch it. Otherwise, there will be big trouble. Steward Lin, bring the birdcage over, quickly. Yes, sir. Thank goodness that was close. Isn't this? It is just like Zifeng herself. So it is actually a body double. It is over. The general's secret won't stay hidden. Who is she? Don't throw it. If you weren't my own junior fellow apprentice, I wouldn't be willing to give this to you. Junior brother, just trust me this once. No wonder there are 3 layers of book covers. So there is more. It is absolutely filthy and eyesore. Something happened in the general's study. What did you say? Lanlin, is that you? Lanlin, I've missed you so much. You've finally returned. General Luo, let me go. I am not your Lanlin. Please, General, keep your distance. She is not Lanlin. She looks just like her. So, Miss Zifeng really does have another identity. Who are you, coming to my side? What is your purpose? Shouldn't we go stop them? Let them handle it themselves. I trust my senior fellow apprentice, Your Majesty.